Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the Magic Arena Run. Today we are going to be continuing our saga of Mardu cycling. Now, we're doing this now for Historic Shakeup. I didn't exactly have that much time because all the events kind of stacked up one against the other. As I was doing FNM, Historic Shakeup was already up there. Now, you're probably thinking, why am I doing Boros cycling? Why am I doing Mardu cycling again? And the reason is because of one actual very helpful comment on the YouTube. So Jonathan Ledger, he posted and said he was kind of working on his own theory craft on that, but he did post a very good question. What do I think about Hollow 1? And it's like, wait a minute, that was Amonkhet remastered. Oh my goodness, I actually forgot about it. So we're gonna select the deck first, then I'm going to show you what happened. So last time I recommended the change of having Renewed Fate, but over time I realized that gaining life might not be as important as being able to answer certain creatures. So I cut out all the Renewed Fates. I made room for the Hollow 1. Also at the same time, the Shredded Sails, I cut those in exchange for Easy Prey because this one is more likely to... I'm more likely to hit something along this line rather than hitting something with Shredded Sails. Like if you know Shredded Sails, it deals 4 damage. It's not a pure destroy target creature with flying. So if it was the enchantments matchup, I would still prefer Easy Prey anyway. It destroys a creature with converted mana cost 2 or less. It's kind of like a fatal push. So we're running it this time in Historic Shakeup, and we probably have a better chance here because a significant number of cards have been banned for Historic Shakeup. Let's go over the list. So let's see. Claim the Firstborn is, and this is banned in addition to what's normally banned in Historic. So Claim the Firstborn's banned, so we're not gonna get the Sacrifice deck. Actually, Claim the Firstborn and Witch's Oven is banned. So in addition with Cauldron's Familiar, that's a very big oof. Core Spirit Dancer is banned, so you're limited to just SRAM. So that weakens the Aura's deck a bit. Collected Company's banned. That deck has been the number one prop headache for me, so I'm glad to see that one go. Embercleave is banned. That takes the sales out of Gruul aggro. Muxa's Goblin Grandee is banned, though I haven't seen that many goblins recently, but they're still there. And they can still go off, so it's still a problem. Neoform is banned, so the dual caster mage combo that one's gone. Solemnity is banned, so 9 lives is still available, but without Solemnity, you might have to just 9 lives take a few hits than just Harmless Offering. So that one is still on the table. And I did have an interesting matchup against it wasn't a 9 life Solemnity deck. In fact, it was Gideon of the Trials deck. I needed to hit removal for that, but I couldn't hit it in time, and eventually my opponent just gave me a Harmless Offering of a Demonic Pact. Figured. Teferi, Hero of Dominaria is banned, Thoughtseize is banned, and Tybalt's Trickery is banned. So we're going to be seeing quite a few interesting versions of decks here. I'm not so sure what kind of versions we're going to get, but we will be getting something out of this. Let's just shrink that a little bit. And we're going to go do a few games here. So basically, if you want to see the original video, I'll probably post it right about now. 3:55 mark. We did, and that was basically hard mode. So this one in theory should be easier, but we'll see if it pans out. Well, it's not easy if you're still gonna brick on lands. Well, we are running 18 lands, so it's kind of expected. Okay, this is much better. I also did some changes to the mana base. So, Flourishing Fox, Valiant Rescue. I probably only want one Valiant Rescuer here. I want to at least keep the Zenith Flare because that's essentially one of our win cons, so to speak. The question now is, I'm probably not gonna do turn 1 Flourishing Fox at this point. So I might do Cycle Slow Burn. Oh, Okay, so this is some sort of acceleration deck, or well, it's not Death Shadow, that's for certain. I don't need the black quite yet, so I might actually play the Valiant Rescuer first. Basically, buy some time, force our opponent to play a removal spell instead of one of their normal threats. Or our opponent could just cultivate, that would be a problem. But so far we're seeing Jund only, so it's not, I'm still not so sure. It's still, binding the old gods would be annoying, but it would be expected. Torment of Scarabs, oh. Unless they sacrifice a non-land or discard a card. Sacrifice a non-land permanent. Wait, we already cycled now, so I'm probably not gonna... So I'm gonna swing first. I'm tempted to just play... Yeah, I'm tempted to just play this out. Spread the love a little bit. I might end up just discarding Fate because it's gonna take a while to get set up and our opponent's not giving us time. Yeah, he needs expertise, so we're going to lose both. Yeah, can't be helped. Let's see what's the 3 mana casting cost spell they're gonna dumpster. Oh, they don't have a 3 mana spell on us, so we didn't get dumpstered that way. So we're gonna resolve by actually discarding a card. Actually, no, we'll take the life loss first. We're in no real rush. In fact, I'm actually gonna play the Fate now. I don't... So it's gonna hurt us a bit that we have to start dumping stuff. But we do want to hit that 4th land and we want to start getting more cards in the yard. Our opponent hasn't exactly shown any graveyard hate quite yet. Torment of Scarabs. Okay, they want to accelerate it. So let's cycle. Yeah, pay. We hit the cast out, so we'll save that for later. Just some. We'll lose the life for now. We need to hit the... We did not hit the land, so... I might just cycle, see if we hit the land. No, we did not hit the land, so we are in some reasonable amount of trouble. Yeah. It's usually when you brick on hitting land number 4, that's when things start going downhill. That said, between these two, I might end up just discarding these 2 cards and just throwing the Zenith Flare at our opponent. Opponent goes for... Yeah, we're gonna do that plan. So... We're gonna Actually, wait. No, we can... No, we can wait a bit. Okay, we hit the land. That's good. So, resolve all. So, loose tree. Loose tree. Discard a card. We'll discard to cast out. Actually, we could just discard. Yeah, we'll pay now. We hit the 3rd Zenith Flare. Will we survive long enough? That's the question. In fact, we can take... Well, if our opponent can make us discard now, we can kind of take advantage of it. We're also kind of free to... Oh, that's kind of perfect. Resolve. Discard the Dranit Stinger. Get 1 free ping. So I'm going to resolve, lose 3 life, resolve, lose 3 life, resolve. I'm trying to think if there's a 4 damage spell that could take us out. Okay, that's a land. That doesn't quite help us. Yeah, let's just throw this now. I'm gonna hold this up. It gives us an extra, gives us a safety card to discard. I'm trying to think if there's a card that. Okay, opponent hits 6 mana. Well, they're a long ways off from going Crocs on. Oh, they conceded there. Okay, so we survived triple Torment of Scarab, so that's quite good. I'll take that. Yeah, so yeah, it also slightly helped us, and it's really nice about Fate of the Devoted. It doesn't care how the card that gets discarded. You don't have to cycle it. If your opponent's willing to help you, yeah, you don't get to draw. You don't get to cycle back cards in, but you can discard other cards and you'll still get the effect. So that's something to consider too. So definitely taking that one. Nice way down. Well, that's a good ICR if there is one. So we got one good win off that one. We'll probably do a few games. I'm not gonna make this a very long episode because this is basically another take on the previous deck. Okay, 2 lands. The double fate is not so great, but we'll keep that. I'm gonna aggressively cycle though because I think these might be more important than the damage off here. Also, creatures die a lot easily, so at the very least I'll cycle once. Depending on the cards our opponent plays out, cast out still does some work. Attune with Aether, it's the... Okay, we're gonna cycle this. Oh yeah, none of the Aetherworks Marvel cards got banned, so that's something to consider. But it does look like these are going to be too late if our opponent goes for the combo. Because if I played this, it probably just gets hit by lightning, so I'm better off probably cycling these two and hoping not to brick. That's kind of the plan. It's not a good plan, but it's still a plan nonetheless. Also helps if our opponent doesn't do anything. Okay, we're hitting our lands, so I'm actually going to accept that. Okay, hit another Cycler and another Brightline. We'll play the Blightstep Pathway. Fate of the Devoted. So since our opponent... Yeah, because usually we're expecting a puzzle knot at this point. Okay, opponent hits their 3 colors. Rogue Refiner. That's only 4 energy. 8 energy is the critical mass. I'm gonna save the cast out. Okay, opponent plays a tap land, so no Aetherworks Marvel quite yet. We're gonna try to see if we can buy some life, though our opponent might just hit us with a... Oh no, this is... Well, it's still live. Ulamog itself was not banned, so that's something to consider. Opponent might just go wide at this rate. I would prefer to draw another, not Fate. I don't want another Fate at this point. So, because in fact, what I can do is Valiant Rescuer cast out, cycle the cast out, but our opponent's very close. I might need to save it. Yeah, we usually want 1 or 2. It might be a good sign to, let's say, not go all in. Probably should not have tapped the white also. I might have needed an emergency cycle. Oh no, we got to... Nope, we played the land already. Opponent has the Aetherworks Marvel. But they don't have the one... Oh, it's only 6. Okay, it's not... So our opponent's gonna roll this one now. Oops, What's the one that's 8? It's the Aether Heart. Okay, let's see what big spell they cast. We have kind of one out with Ugin the Spirit Dragon. Does he go for X-3? No, I think he's going for our face. So this is probably just going to be a +3 to the face. He could still do the -3, which is actually not too bad for us. Yeah, he's going for the X-3. That's fine. That was expected. all according to plan, I guess. So play this. We're just getting a little bit more value because we have to save this cast out. Okay. We might even force our opponent to just Ugin again, which is, well, that's not a bad thing. I have not tried to do Aetherworks Marvel in a while. Yeah, every time I did the Aetherworks Marvel, I tended to get stuck at. Well, then again, our opponent did take their time. It's not an immediate turn 4. Yeah, they're really making sure I don't go off. Rogue Refiner, they're going for another cast. So I might just nuke the Aetherworks Marvel at this point. Yeah, they're going for another spin. Do they have the Attune to Aether or the Puzzle Knot? No, they're letting it go. Okay, we're gonna cycle. I could just play this and try to go for damage that way, but... Okay, Flourishing Fox first. Now, our opponent might have a second Aetherworks Marvel, but I'm not gonna... I probably should have waited though. Like, this opponent had Disdainful Stroke. Oh, okay, that's fair. So, resolve. Can't do anything about that. So, opponent does have counters, but that's one Disdainful Stroke that's not gonna hit our Zenith Flares. That's the semi-good news. Now, the bad news is our opponent's about to spin the wheel again. I probably want another red source at some point because our opponent's definitely gonna hit this for certain. Okay, aiming face. I'm so tempted to just play Dragon Stingers, hit for ping for extra damage, but now we're in semi-critical mass. Yeah, no, our opponent having Disdainful Strokes and not tapping out at this point is concerning. Genesis, okay, they did tap out, but that doesn't help us. We're probably still dead at this point. Let's see what they hit. Ulamog is really bad because it nukes our ability to Zenith Flare. They probably have a bunch of Wolfillo hate. Okay, they hit the Puzzle Knot, so they will get another spin. Actually, a spin and a half. We're seeing if they hit Ulamog. That's the catch. Yeah, no, turn Timber into Rogue Refiner. Now this is still bad. I am forced to, and they still have double mana for, yeah. They still have double mana for Disdainful Stroke, so we might still lose it. And now we're breaking into lands. I probably should set this as a red source, but yeah, we're not gonna survive. Oh wow, it's Land City here, so. I'm gonna go for this, but if they have the counter spell, it's good game. I would not put it past them to have counter spells. This is, oh, they didn't have it. Okay, but let's see. We've lost 3 of our fates. We're literally digging for a Zenith Flare at this point. Harness Lightning. So our opponent's gonna spin the Aetherworks Marvel wheel one more time. It'd be nice if we could survive this, but I sincerely doubt it. Like, because our opponent can hard cast a lot of stuff. I actually probably should have also held this one. I should not play this immediately because if our opponent goes Ulamog now, they... Okay, so... Opponent's virtually at 8 life. They're spinning the wheel. I can't get too mad at this. Our opponent worked kind of really hard for this. Spins into a Genesis Ultimatum. Let's see what they hit. This one... Okay, what does he get off this? Backup Aetherworks Marvel? That's plausible. If they have something that gives them hexproof, I'm trying to think if there is any... And I still have to dodge all these cards and all this mana. Our opponent did not exactly play... In fact, they only played 2-3 permanents, if I'm not mistaken. 4 permanents. Tormod's Crypt. Okay, that's good game. That eats our graveyard. We have nothing afterwards. That was a good one. But took them a while to set up. We had a little bit of hope. Well, and we did manage to stall out the Ugin. It forced them to just -3/-3. And in fact, the first -3 was good because it wiped out their board more or less. Actually, now that I think of it, I think they got all 4 Rogue Refiners. So, and there was one match. Someone played out 2 Righteous Valkyries and Cocoed into another 2. So, gosh, no. That was, how do you say this? Disgusting. So we definitely keep this one. Another thing we want to try out is the cycle into Hollow One plan. We can kind of do that. I can just play Valiant Rescuer. Though if our... Okay, opponent's showing Burn. We're not going to play Valiant Rescuer. I might even just play the Dranet Healer just so that... Okay. No, we're still getting burned out a bit. So I'm gonna play the Dranet Healer just to, because we do have our 2 cards into this one, and we can just cast this for 1 mana. Basically, the reasoning for this is just to, yeah, it absorbs this one. So instead of 3 to the face, the Dranet Stinger Healer takes it. I'm tempted to keep the Dranet Healers for healing, but we need to play that Hollow One. Unfortunately, we did not draw another Hollow One. I'm tempted to try, though. You know what? I'm tempted to try. Nope. Sometimes it's really nice if you can get multiple Hollow Ones, but I'll settle for 1. Not exact, but yeah, usually the aggro matchups like this are not our moment of glory. If our opponent has a 4 mana damage spell, that would be really interesting. I am gonna soak as much damage as possible. So also there's no Embercleave here, so this is probably gonna get hit by a burn. Yeah, residual shock. That was kind of what it was meant to do. So So we'll now play the Valiant Rescuer because we can now start splitting small extra smaller creatures. It will hold back the Pyromancer a bit for a while. Opponent going for that, so we're going to cycle. I'm trying to think if there's a form, if there's an enchantment I want to nuke. I'm gonna cycle the Dranis Stinger for safety. I'm concerned there might be, what was that old one? Experimental Frenzy? We do need to hit a Fate of the Devoted to... Okay, opponent's holding back. We're breaking though, we're hitting lands. So... play black. No, we'll still keep playing white sources at this point. Play Valiant Rescuer. We'll still get one shot off this, that's for certain. We'll still get at least one token, that's the good news. We're still gonna preserve the cast out because I'm concerned there's something we need that I'm missing here. Back in the day, I ran Mizium Tank. I'm waiting to see if he wants to do the Fanatical Firebrand. Well, it doesn't matter. I can cycle it. It will trigger this already. It's possible our opponent also bricked, but I don't want to count on that. Hazoret is also a problem. We're not attacking. Yeah, just cycle one. No! Whoa! I did not expect that. Did our opponent not have anything after that? Or they might have been afraid I did not have the Zenith Flare yet. But I was kind of getting there. But looks like our opponent did brick. But yeah, if by some twist of fate, our opponent is able to watch this. No, I did not have the Zenith Flare yet. Well, 4 gems. Okay, 40 gems, not bad. So we got our wins, but let's do another round or two. It's actually doing better with all those cards on the mix-up ban. Are we gonna get those? Are they gonna be banned altogether in the long term? Probably not. Okay, so we're gonna keep this. We got the Savai Triome. I don't want to run. No, we're not running Dranet Healer. Okay, it's burn again. Well, we got the double flare this time, but Fate of the Devoted makes it slightly awkward. I'm tempted to just play out the Dranet Healers just so I can have. We do need lands too. This is tough, Matt. For certain, if I play this gets burned, but it saves me damage by it not hitting the face. Getting to 4 lands is also important too, though, so I'm actually gonna hold. At least getting the third land so we can hit Fate of the Devoted by us some time is plausible than when we naturally hit the 4th land instead of being forced to cycle for it. Okay, so not too much damage if our opponent's doing Trill of Possibility, among other things. So it's not dedicated burn. It's a weird take on dedicated burn. Light up the stage. Okay, so setting up for next turn. I'm glad to see that. So we're down to 12. Let's just cycle these now. I'm probably not going to hit the Memory League anytime soon. We need to hit one more land to make this possible. Okay, we hit the land, so we're gonna make it possible. And we hit another one, so we will have Let's see if we can hit another hollow. let's see. I'm tempted to see if we can hit another hollow one. No, we did not, but we did hit another Zenith Flare. So we can kind of buy time, assuming our opponent does not have something like a Rampaging Ferocidon or Tibalt. Both of them are awkward. We will block the Firebrand Archer because that's still more damage coming to us. Our opponent already got their 2 damage off here, so this one's, there's more potential damage here on the long term. They might Spike Field Hazard, 10-9. I think they're going to see if we can go for face. It's possible. Infuriate. Ooh. They might have it. Unleash. They had it. That's a good one. There was no way we were winning that one. Yeah, we had to do what we had to do. Maybe I could have played the. No, I was all in on the hollow one at that point. We needed another blocker. I guess in that respect, being able playing the healer might have been the correct play, because normally it's burned. It's not dump Infuriate and Unleash Fury on a creature. That's the unusual one. But you know it now exists, so it's something to be concerned about. It does mean the easy prey is good. In fact, it's possible that you might want to balance out. What's our other? Unfortunately, our other 2 mana one. Well, maybe Hollow one, or maybe even Fate of the Devoted. As you can see, we've been drawing way too many multiple. We've drawn way too many multiples at times. You usually only want 1. It's nice if you can get 2. It's nice to have 2 if you have the mana going, but you don't want it too early. We got the Fate now, but I'm gonna play this on white because we might need the black source down the line. Opponent's running Lurrus. They're also again first, so I need to decide if I want to just play the Flourishing Fox. Blue, Rogue, okay. Now, in theory, we're favored, but that's not a guarantee. Turn 2, I might probably just play Valiant Risk. So, mill 3 cards. Okay, 1, 2, 3. We do need to hit lands, though. That's a problem. So, I'm actually going to play the Valiant Rescuer now. We might force our opponent to hit a removal spell on something, which is okay. If they're just literally going all ham on the mill, we need to start hitting lands though. Then again, that was a good mill for us because none of these were lands. Opponent's deciding, yeah, I probably take out Valiant Rescuer on the long run. Drown in the lock. Got rid of 1 drown, so that's good news. So that's 6. Okay, that is 1 land though. 7. That's another land we could have used. That's a Dranite Stinger. Okay, we're gonna see if we can hit it. Yeah, we're giving them the pumps. I'm doing this only because I have no idea what their 1 mana response could be. Okay, we hit the land. And we need red now, so... It'll be a shame if I hit hollow one here because I can't exactly cast that. Well, now I can cast it, so... I don't know if we'll have time to go for Fate of the Devoted. But we do have a Zenith for 7, so we are threatening something. Opponent has to somewhat respect it. Or not. Oh, that's a misplay! Or are you just trying to limit how much I mill? That doesn't make sense. If you're gunning for mill, you. Ooh, nice. So we now have a zenith for 10. Opponent has to be careful. Well, we can take. We can take them down to, well, not 10 quite yet. Okay, that's a zenith for 11. We got this. Oh, they see the zenith flare now, so. And yes, that is not banned. You're thinking historic artisan. So we'll attack. I'm in fact even tempted to just swing now, force our opponent to block with Ruin Crab. Then just play Fate of the Devoted, because the nice thing about Fate is it doesn't care about how much you actually have in graveyard. Oh wait, no. Opponent led true? Hold on. This is historic. Actually, I'm okay because some Pact of Negation costs 5. Oh no, it's because I can't cast it. I did not hit the land. Oops. Okay, we play Fate. Do they have Pact of Negation? So we have a bit of a race situation. Opponent knows that we want to hit our 4th land, but they don't know if milling us is a good thing or a bad thing. Opponent goes Soaring Taw Thief. Yeah, they're going ham now. They kind of have to, but they are leaving up Okay, I needed one of those. I did not need one of those. I did not need one of those. If opponent plays land and plays Lurus, I really want to hit the land at that point. Come on. Land Lurus, then we hit land. Yeah, it sounds like we're asking for too much, but okay, land. We milled one land out of those. Lurus. And we hit land. The bad thing is this could be a legit Pact of Negation. They might have it though. Show me Pact of Negation. No, they did not have a Pact of Negation. Okay. Okay, we got there. Yeah, actually. Yeah, Pact of Negation not on the ban list. I don't think people are expecting to need to play it. Usually they just rely on the drowns and they have like mystical disputes and other and a bunch of other relatively cheap counter spells, but technically our opponent did not need to play Lurus at that point. Or did they feel like they needed to put extra pressure because I played Phase of the Vote? Well, that was my alternate plan. If things did not pan out, I would cycle, get an activation, knock on wood, our opponent doesn't have another Soaring Taw Thief, and survive. So this is not. Yeah, 1 mana hands unfortunately are not keepable, no matter how much I convince myself otherwise. This one is more keepable. Yeah, we'll bin the planes. Without knowing what our opponent's on, I am more than willing to play the Flourishing Fox. Sometimes that's the disadvantage of going first. Opponent plays black. Does he have a one? Knight of the Iban Legion. Okay, so we can kind of. Okay, okay. This opponent does not. Okay. So we're gonna play the second one now. We still need to start hitting lands though, but we'd also need to start hitting Okay, this is mono black, which might be an issue. Well, maybe not so much an issue. If our opponent's going to Yarok's Fen Lurker, so each opponent exiles a card from their hand. We'll cycle first, because I do not want to cycle the Zenith Flare if I have to. Go for Blood. I think I want to cycle this instead. So we have a relative aggro start. Okay, so in fact I could have used this normally, but we need to start hitting for 4. Let's see if our opponent blocks. Probably not. Okay, cycle again. Yeah, we're gonna force our opponent to respect this. We might be made to discard cards. If we discard 2, well, they were just some flares for 3. Our opponent probably wants to Gifted Aetherborn. Okay, so we get hit for 1. I will play this in black. This is worth it. Opponent concedes on the back of double Flourishing Fox. I don't think our opponent had any more removal after that. So there we go. We actually did, and that wasn't well. We did not do well against the. We did well against one red mono red deck though. It felt more like we stole that win. The other one, that one, I felt like I got robbed, but no, let's be honest. No, that was a good play. That was an interesting direction. It's not an expected one, which I guess is why it works, and I'm glad to see it happen. So yeah, that's the Mardu cycling deck. Again, if you want to make if you want to make changes here, it's most likely gonna be on the lines of Easy Prey over Fate of the Devoted. You might want to balance this out. Maybe 3 and 3 is more reasonable. Hollow ones, we never got them in multiples, but when they do come out in multiples, they're a force to be reckoned with. Sometimes it's against a control matchup, so it didn't really matter. But actually, we did see that one Ugin matchup. Having a hollow one, this one's at 5 CMC, so it's not easy. So it's gonna cost a lot to just it's colorless, so it's not. It's colorless, so it's not going to be hit by a Skyclave Apparition. It's not going to be hit by Elspeth's Nightmare. It's not going to be hit by Fatal Push. So the Hollow One's actually a good choice. So again to Jonathan, thank you for reminding me that Hollow One existed. I actually was hoping to get this during Amonkhet Remastered, but I never got any copies. So I cashed in 4 rares. And you know what? It's reasonable. It's reasonable enough. I'm happy with this. It doesn't win every game, but it wins enough. Anyway, that's it for this episode of the Magic Arena Run. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Turn on notifications and whatnot. Yeah, now that all these events are done, we will be getting to the last Challenger deck. And actually, after doing a lot of Historic, I've been less and less impressed by it. But it was the one that I enjoyed the most at first. I guess the meta kind of caught up or something like that. Anyway, that's it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you guys again next time. Take care. God bless. Stay safe wherever you are. Have a great week, everyone. Take care.